disco lights, flicker and shine in the heat of the night. Oh. I got the moves, I got the groove, trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene. Dots on the screen like disco lights, flicker and shine in the heat of the night. Oh. I got the moves, I got the groove, trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene. Yeah. Dots on the screen like disco lights, flicker and shine in the heat of the night. Oh. I got the moves, I got the groove, trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, yeah, trade the dots.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Very dark and rainy in New York right now, so I'm flooding myself with light. Hope you guys doing well. We did the first trade of the morning. I obviously was very, very active earlier today, doing all sorts of trading. This was kind of a good trade. It definitely worked out pretty well. Basically, this is my higher. Oh, hold on just 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Child had to go to school, and of course, she forgot her coat. Okay, let me show you really, really good setup that I just been trading all night long. That I showed this yesterday in Fed, where we're trading the higher of the white dots, right? This dot is marginally higher. And the way it's higher is because the low of this one is 81.1, and the low of this one is 82. Just barely higher, but good enough to make higher lows. You take a long on any type of a higher white dot or any type of a lower purple dot. So where's my purple dots? I can't even find a purple dot here. This is a purple dot, but the last one was like right over here. So it was a massive move over here. Selling this, buying this is the easiest money on my trades. I actually should have just simply let this trade complete. It was just look at the explosion that happened. So that's the easiest scalp that we do, and it just this is like basically at this point I think like an 85-90% trade. So hopefully you guys like that as a structure. Hey, good morning, Aaron Gidry. Nice to have you with us. Good morning. We're just starting. I just showed my first trade of the day that I did live. I did a whole bunch of trades, of course, before. I'm still trading gold primarily, but I got to tell you, we do have to pay attention to NASDAQ because I feel like it's just a red-haired stepchild. And there's plenty of really, really good trades here. So we're going to trade NASDAQ on wealth charts. Those of you guys who have wealth charts, everybody should have their accounts enabled. If you're interested in coaching is tonight, and you can sign up for coaching right here and get the indicator that I'm trading. It's only available to anybody who is a coaching member, either on wealth charts, as you can see over here, or on TradingView. I wrote this proprietary. You won't find it anywhere else, and we can only turn it on for you if you guys are part of coaching. So I am literally, like, if you look at my wealth charts accounts, just a little half a penny, quarter of a penny away from being all green on all the accounts. We're going to try, as I said, we're going to try to work the 22s to see if we can do a good job with it. There's actually tons of really good trades that I could have taken in this account on NAS. We've done well. Actually, here's a trade. Where are we at? It's 8 o'clock. Here's a trade for those of you guys who like to do the retrace version of a trade. If this thing holds, this is a white dot that is a lower white dot, right? So this white dot is high. This white dot is going to be lower than this white dot. If it holds, it's got to hold. And that is a classic retrace. This is the trade where you sell the highs instead of buy the highs, because the idea here is that you basically believe the market is bluffing, that the market doesn't have a lot of juice here, and it's going to top out, and you're going to be able to take the trade back if you wanted to. Let me see if I have this set up. I do. I have it set up here. So if what do we have? Much time? 17 seconds left. It's a big breakout, but it's still a lower white dot. So I'm going to try and trade this, see if we can make it happen. 8, 9, 6, 7, sell. Okay, I'm in the trade, and as always, 68.25, 73.25 will be my second entry on the trade. but it doesn't look like I'm going to, well, I spoke too soon. We have it. Oh, and I'm done. And I'm done on this. I want to cancel everything else, cancel all the other trades. And I turned green on all the accounts. Very nice, right? Okay, just another good example. Now, this is a very, very quick scalp, and yet, you obviously have to know what you were doing. And it was kind of dangerous because this red candle was a big breakout. But I'm still, my whole point is I'm going to take these trades, even if I don't have 100% confidence in them, to show you how you could trade both retrace and breakout on all these charts. In the meantime, going back to gold, white breakout candle. This is what we call the pull away candle. The candle is pulling away from the moving average. We'd love to buy these because that's a very, very strong breakout signal for us, and we're going to take that as a signal. So let's make this happen here on the charts. Let's see if we can get that going. 43 seconds left. 42 seconds left. Let's see if we can make that happen. If it holds, it's got to hold. Now, those of you guys who are kind of like more advanced in trading with me, as far as techniques go, since I'm always trading two entry, right? I'm always trading a two entry structure. Entry one, then a little bit of a, if there's a little bit of a retrace, I come in at minus $2 on gold or minus 5 points on Nasdaq. My first entry is always market, because at this point I'm interested in just, if I like the trade sets up, and the critical thing, it's got to set up. Right now, no setup, no trade. So we go away from that. Then I am just willing to pay the market price and not get what do you call it? Stopped out, not get taken, not miss out the opportunity is what I'm trying to say, basically. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to do a million things here at once. So the ability to talk and chew gum at the same time. I just want to let everybody know that we're live. We are live. Trade with me. Already hitting target. Just once, I'd like to type a tweet without a typo. Yeah, that's bullshit. Okay. SSX, are you, if you're a member, you're saying, you're looking for the MT5. If you're a member of coaching, I'm happy to provide it for you. If you're not, you can't get anything from me. So first order of business, if you're a member of coaching, email me, and then I'm happy to send you the MT5 code, and you can connect it to MT5 if you want to trade it with MT5. But obviously, we're trading futures for the most part. Oh, here we go. Another good setup. Just went away. This would have been a really good retrace purple. So this is a higher purple, meaning this would have been a good buy. I would have been a buyer here if this stayed purple, but it didn't. So we just leave it alone. This one may stay purple and give us a chance to be a buyer. Again, higher purple, I want to buy the retrace. I want to buy the dip. Lower purple, I want to sell the drop. Okay, so we are doing the exact opposite here. I'm buying this dip if this holds like this, because this purple is higher than this purple. So I'm basically assuming it's a retrace, not a momentum down. Okay, just send me an email. Send me an email to contact@bktraders.com, and I'll send you the MT5 package. Oops, I just did things. And see, like what's sometimes kind of maddening about this is that you could, a lot of times this is cheating, but when the candle really drops really hard, you sometimes could just step in underneath here and make the money intra-candle. But I don't want to be cheating. I want to stick to the rules as I kind of teach them. But sometimes you really can cheat on these setups. If the drop is like really strong, like this is a 91. This was like a $6 drop. You bought the lows here. You would have already made profit. The trade would have already been done. But as it stands, we wait very patiently here and see what we can do here. 10, 11. Oh man, this trade is giving me the worst frigging fills. All right, I'm in the trade, and I'm actually, I just got the fuck out. You know why I got out? I probably should have stuck with it. I could have gotten the full 20, but it was actually, the reason why I got out, because the whole trade just disappeared on me. It wasn't even a purple move. But you can see, and this is for those of you guys who are going to come join me in coaching tonight. You can see how, like, using these techniques, if you're using sort of front running techniques, you could have made tons of money just buying the dip over here, because this gave you a really good signal on a dip move. Everybody sees what I'm showing you here? Everybody vibing what I'm showing you? Good morning, everybody. 8:10 in the morning. We're gonna do marathon trading post Fed. Gold, obviously, I actually thought gold was gonna go down to 3,900. And this is why I scalp for a living and don't trade directionally, because it doesn't matter what I think. It just matters how I trade. But we came back to 4,000, which is just shocking, given the fact that the Fed is very unlikely to cut rates anymore, in my opinion. But gold doesn't care. Gold basically, I think, is just got such a strong sovereign debt bid underneath it that every dip now doesn't even give you any chance for a meaningful sell-off. Which, by the way, that's like a very typical signature of a truly great market. Everybody always goes, oh, I want to wait for the dip. Great markets never give you an opportunity to buy the dip. Great markets never let you, step in at cheap prices. That's the whole point. They're runaway market. The best markets never let you get into them. If they did, everybody would be a billionaire. So that's why it's kind of very hard to be smart in these markets, because you're very often too smart for your own good. And that's why the reasons why it's great to be scalping, because we couldn't care less. We just take advantage of the intraday price action. If it's going up, we're going to be buying it. If it's going down, we're going to be selling it. Our job is to be consistent and make as much money as possible in repeatable trades. All right, another white pull away candle. This is we have two types of positive setups: higher highs on a white dot, and white pull away candle, which is a candle that pulls away from the moving average and suggests a lot of momentum buying. So if this stays white, we're going to be buying this. Your favorite? Yes, Christopher. Your favorite setup? Retrace buy. Did you bank it? Because that was a very clean setup. Christopher loves doing these setups. I call him the retrace man. All right, let's see if we can. All right, I'm going to go long market again. 96.6, so 94.6 is my secondary bid on this. 94.6. If I get in there, we're going to try to see if we can repair this trade. All right, I'm in the trade. This trade is not working. Wow. Okay. It may go against me. It's you know, the breakout trade is always problematic, but let's hang in there. As I say, I'm always coming in 2 entries. So if the first one fails, I get a chance to repair the trade at a better price if it re-rallies. Let's see what gold wants to do. Okay. Oh yeah. You're right, Christopher. Asia, gold is really the best trade in Asia. Gold really moves very nicely in Asia. It's a great trade. Oops. So this is really no. It's actually, the purple dot here would have been a buy. Um, you can see really volatile trading, right? Gold is just chopping up and down. Do we have news today? Actually, let me look at. You know what I want to look at? Look, we have another possibility in Nasdaq here. White dot from a much lower place. Again, a possible retrace trade. Let's do this in the 14 account. Let's mix this up. As you guys know, I switch around accounts to distribute my risk as much as possible, so not any one account absorbs unnecessary moves. And what do we got here? 37 seconds in Nasdaq. So as I said, I really want to kind of today marathon trade as many ideas as possible as long as they set up for me. So 27.28. If this white dot stays in place, it's got to stay in place though. This is a retrace trade for me. 16, 15, 12. Sell. All right, we sell this. This one is 16.75, so 21.75 is my secondary trade if I need it. All right, second entry on this. We're going to bring the stops to an even place and bring the buy limits over here. Let's see if we get anything done. Let's see if this comes in on the buy limits. All right, unfortunately, the this trade did not work, the white candle. So we ate a loss on this one. We'll come back and work the account for more ideas as soon as they set up. This one did resolve. Looks like this one did resolve, right? This one resolved positive. But when I see that we shorted here, exited here, so the Nasdaq trade worked very, very nicely. Okay. All right. Let's switch accounts a little bit and work the next idea in a different account, so we're not vulnerable to more losses. Let's see how it goes. This is a tough trade. Clean. This is legit clean white trade. It just never extended. So that happens. It was just a pure failure on the white candle. Apex, we use Trade Evade. Oh, another white dot, right? Positive white dot. We got to go. This isn't a different account, but we definitely, if this stays, we got to trade this. This is a very clean setup. White dot here, higher lows. We want to trade this one if it holds. "58 seconds. Good morning, everybody. Who's new in the room here? I saw somebody say that this is the first time they stumbled into the room. Say hi to me. 39 seconds. Is the white dot going to hold? Let's see. I'm going to move this over so we're not blocking anything. 33 seconds. And this is why you got to wait till the candle closes, because if it doesn't close on the highs, it's a fake out, which is what it is. Gold is struggling a little bit here. We're struggling at the 4,000, right? We ran through the 4,000, and now 4,000 kind of like is the ceiling, which means we might start going down. It'll be interesting to see. So one of the things that I did not do, because I just kind of got pushed off to the S&P trade, but even as I was long this one, I could have been long this one in a separate account, and this would have been a buy 92, buy 90, and this whole thing would have resolved on a retrace basis. Retrace trades are very, very high accuracy. Momentum trades are very good, and of course, the pull away candles, those can be good, but they can also be very dangerous. So in this case, we ate the pull away candle trade. But there's basically 3 trades that we do here. You may put the Apex link. I'm putting the Apex link into the room here for anybody who wants the Apex accounts. Please use our BK save code for Apex, and please use. I suggest Trade Evade or Wealth Charts, either one, either platform. Both of our indicators work on those platforms. All right. See, I missed this trade over here because it's already done, but you can see lower purple, right? Lower purple here. We could have sold this. That would have been another 5 points in NAS. That would have been nice to bank, right? Very, very clean trade here. So, there's just basically setups every 5-10 minutes for us in all these opportunities in very, very high probability resolutions. Who's new to the room that wants a little quick lesson in how we scalp? Let me see some yeses in the room, and then I'll be able to. I'll be happy to explain. Okay, I'm seeing some interest, so let's give a little 1-minute course in how to scalp for profit. The red line over here is a 200 period SMA. The line over here that changes colors is the 8-period SMA. And it changes colors depending on its slope. So if the slope is positive, it's green. If the slope is negative, it's red. If the 8-period is above the 200 period, that is positive trend. We're an uptrend. If it's below, it's negative trend, right? That just gives you a broad general picture of where the market is at. The last line over here on the table, the average last 10 bars, gives you the volatility signature of the instrument. So over the last 10 bars, the absolute value, the movement from high to low in gold has been 4.34 points, right? 43 ticks. That's a very high volatility signature. Generally, you know, like you're basically moving 4 points a minute, right? Our trade ideas are based either on $2, $6 stop or $1, $3 stop. So anytime gold is more than $2 in its, or more than $3 in its volatility signature, we're always trading with a $2 target, $6 stop. Now, if the candle itself, like, you know, the signal candle is like $10, like this one, like over here, we don't take it because our stop is only 6. And because our stop is only 6, you literally can be completely correct in your trade and get stopped out unnecessarily because the volatility of that particular candle is just too large, right? So we have like all of this analytics that are happening that give us a very clean, clear picture of what the temperature of the market is. We're taking the temperature all the time. SSX, whatever you want, email me, please. I'm not doing customer support while I'm explaining trade, okay? Generally, as I said, guys, unless it is something I can rectify instantaneously, any customer support question that is a member question should be emailed to me, and we will deal with it after live. It's unfair to everybody else because you're taking away my attention span. Trading is a high concentration activity, as you can see. Especially scalping is the most high concentration activity, and you fuck it up my concentration if you bother me with bullshit member questions. All of that has to go to email. I'm happy to answer it. Okay. Now I lost my train of thought. So to explain the structure, we have 3 types of trades that we like to do. One is the trades that I absolutely love to do is higher highs on the whites, lower lows on the purples. Those are pure trend momentum trades. The white dot is the earliest turn to the positive move. The purple dot is the earliest turn to the negative move. So when we have, you know, lower lows or higher highs on the earliest turns, that's the highest probability of success. It's the earliest turn to the upside, earliest turn to the downside. Then we also have the reversal of that, where if it's a lower low, that's a fade. That's a, you know, we sell the highs, we buy the lows because we generally see the possibility. The truth of the matter is that it's much more likely to go the other way on lower lows. And then the last trades that we do is what we call the pull away candles. And these are, if they're in an uptrend, are going to be white. And if they're in a downtrend, they're going to be purple. And these are extreme sell-off candles. And we just want to follow those to the downside. Those are the 3 setups that we do. And that is our setup. Who likes that? As you can see, I do a lot of trades. I was actually just thinking about what's the, just with gold itself, forget like NASDAQ, because you probably, the number would be double. But with gold, you can do 3 trades, probably 3 trades in an hour, sometimes maybe even 4 trades in an hour, which means that if you're trading 4 or 5 hours, you have like 20 trades, 20 quality setups a day in gold, and then you can double that obviously if you're doing NASDAQ as well. So that's a lot of high probability trade possibilities. I trade them with very, very small size because my whole idea is I am trading for all the accounts we're trading right now are all funded accounts, right? We have like 15, 20 funded accounts here. all over the place. And because we've gone through the whole evaluation process. And those of you guys who are still trying to get funded, either with Apex or with Think Capital, and you're going to be part of and you want to come in and be part of my coaching, I will teach you today. Actually, let me just put up the link here. I'm going to talk about the ways I get quickly funded, which is very, very different from the way I run my funded accounts. It's kind of like, how do you get play money quickly, and then how do you keep money, which is a completely different way of operating, right? And one is super strong offense. Oh my God, let's see how old everybody else in this room is. Okay, raise of hand. This will really, really, really age you. Who remembers the San Diego Chargers and Air Coryell? Raise of hands. Let's see how fucking old you are. There are people in this room who probably weren't even born when I quote that offense. Anyways, that San Diego offense is kind of like the way you get funded. You get funded on the eval accounts, and then you play 3 yards in a cloud of dust defense to keep your money and keep it getting paid out. Oh my God, yes, people are like some people. Bob is remembering, longtime Bold fan. Yes. Oh, look at this. Yes, everybody is raising their hands. Right. So we'll talk a little bit about that. I'll show you because I took an account, like I literally funded an account in 45 minutes last night doing it this way. But this is absolutely not the way you would trade a funded account, which is where I'm trading much smaller size. But regardless, the beautiful thing is that the dots can be used for hyper aggressive trading or hyper defensive trading, depending on how you want to run your book. All right, purple. Now I got to, I have a selling signal here on the on gold, although it kind of disappears, so no trade so far. Don Air, that's right. Dan Faust. Oh my God, I totally forgot Dan Faust's name. Right. Dan Faust used to have a beard. He used to have a beard and a beer belly. That was my favorite football player of all time. A beard and a beer belly, and he would just lob. They would just literally like put up 50 points, but then they would also, give up 50 points. It was the greatest. It was the greatest showman in the world. That was fun, man. He still has the beard, huh? Oh my God, it's funny. Okay, I'm actually kind of watching this because this might be a white dot alert. Now, this is interesting because this white dot, the low here is 82, and low here is 80. So this is actually a little bit lower low. So it's kind of a legit white dot short if it comes up. If this thing comes up as a white dot, let's see. $1.10 on the clock. $1.07. You see how it's teasing the white dot? So what is this? Like, we got a minute to go. Correct answers only. Is this a buy or a sell if this prints a white dot on my structure? Is this a buy or a sell? Yeah, it passed for 500 yards a game. That's right. So, question to everybody in the room. Nate says sell. Anybody else? Dave says sell. 27 seconds left on the clock. 23 seconds left on the clock. Sell is correct. This is a lower white. We're going to sell this thing. I'm going to sell my. Came in a little bit early. My entry is what? 88.9. So 90.9 is my secondary entry. I'm going to move my secondary stop here. Is this right? 88 to 90. Yeah. secondary entry over here. I just have this screen so big that it all looks extended. So this is the entry line. This is the target line. This is the secondary sell line. And this is the stop line for those of you guys who are watching. $8:30. I just actually curious. Okay, secondary stop line, secondary entry line is here. Now we move the targets close and see, and the whole thing gets resolved very, very quickly. And that's the game. The game is high probability trading, right? Give yourself the best chance to resolve. This goes to P&L, and you guys, see it all live. No, so actually, you don't leave it alone. This is the cool thing about retrace, right? Remember, on the retrace, you want it to be as large as possible because because we on the retrace candle, we want it to come back down, right? It's the breakout candle that, if you think about it, if you buying to go further up, your risk is all the way to the downside, and you still, the trade is good. When you're selling, you want the thing to be huge, because then the bigger it is, the shorter the distance for it to come back and you resolve it. So it's complete reverse. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yes, Christopher got that done. Very nice. Another gold. Another gold hits the spot. Let's see what Nasdaq is doing. Oh, see, Nasdaq had a retrace candle here, which we could have made money on. Just, you can only do, this is the thing. You can do one thing at a time. Maybe we'll just trade Nasdaq for like an hour, and then we'll trade gold for an hour, because you obviously need to commit yourself to one idea next. I just want to see if there's anything on the calendar today. All right, there's 4-bill auction. Oh, is it ECB presser? Oh my God! Seriously? I didn't even know there was an ECB press conference. Holy cow! This goes to show me how out of touch I am with Forex at this point. So nothing on the calendar here, man. We got, because there is no U.S. data, because the U.S. government is done. Yeah, look at this, no U.S. data, because so we're just very, very quiet. We're just chilling. Can you add the dots to the Meta 4 platform? Yes, but again, you need to be a member of the of BK. So if you want the membership, let me just give it to you right here. I'm putting the link up here. But obviously, in my opinion, this is a much better. You can trade it as obviously on MT4, MT5, but when you're trading futures, you don't have spread, so you can get everything done much better. Okay. Anybody who's a member who is looking for MT4, MT5, just email me at contact, and I'll send you the package. Good morning, everybody. New people coming in. Looks like, man, everybody's very sleepy today, huh? Been trading for 45 minutes. I use very small size. I use micro lots for my funded. And then, of course, I use massive size when I was doing evals. That's what we discuss in coaching, you know, sizing, structure, advanced techniques. These are all things that are really valuable. That's why you want to come in. Coaching is tonight, 7:30. Remember, yeah, you could trade, you know, US 30. I bet you, you know, Christopher, the way I have the dot structure trading now, I'm very confident that I could probably trade US 30 in Asia and do okay with it. You know, especially on a 1-2 structure. But again, I'm not a, you know, scalping is a futures product. It is not a CFD product. If I was trading CFDs, I'd probably put this on a 5-minute chart. I'd probably be trading like positional trades, like one trade every 2 hours instead of the only thing I think you could legitimately scalp in CFD space these days is gold because it's just so volatile, right? And that's, you know, that's something that you could do in Asia. But all other products that are CFD based, they're by their nature have to be given longer targets, longer time stops, fewer. You can't do 25 trades like I do on futures in CFD land because the spread is such a big tax on your performance that you know, it kills your execution. But you could absolutely, you know, you could, and you know, we'll probably trade with Think Capital in Asia as well on a CFD basis, but much more on a, like, you know, 1 or 2 trades per session versus 25, 30 trades. I don't even know how many trades did I already do. Like we already did just in this account alone. Well, this account, I think I only just did 1 trade, right? But then the other account we did like 3 or 4 trades, and then we did a few trades in NASDAQ. And we haven't even gotten started. It's only 8:45. The market isn't even open. So quieted down a little bit. Market found a little bit of support at the 75s. Still, we're basically 75, 4,000 trade right now. But you know, the way it's trading, we could pull it back. I mean, this was an insane rally. I was up for this, and I was like, I took like 3 or 4 trades here, and then it was like, holy shit, I didn't know there was another 20 points behind me, but it really was. What's this? Delete this. Oh, you know what? You know what's going on over here? I think I have it set to trend only. So let's set up. Let's see what NASDAQ is doing. Maybe let's turn our attention to NAS for a little bit. See what we can do over here. There was a couple of really clean trades here. This was a short. This purple trade was a short. This white trade was a short. Obviously, as a retrace, we could have easily gotten all those. In fact, you can make the argument that NASDAQ is a cleaner trade these days. And look, one of the reasons why something is a cleaner trade is because look how clean the continuity in NASDAQ has been. We dropped from 250 to 120 in a very, very orderly fashion, and the dots caught every one of these trades. I don't have the. I wonder if I could annotate. Hang on a second. Could I do this? Oh yeah, maybe I could do this. Let me see if this last time this really screwed my. Let me see if this works. Guys, shut up, please. My doggies. Okay. Oh, you can see this, right? How do we get rid of this? Delete. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. Oops. I'm trying to see if I could make this a little bit. Maybe we'll do it on blue. Maybe I do it. Hold on. Maybe I do it this way. Yeah. Let's see, is this a good highlight? You guys can see this, right? That's pretty good. That's pretty good, right? So you can see that you have this lower low, really, really clean trade. And this would be a sell because you have the white, the white here, and you're selling this one right over here. Both of them, really, really nice, clean moves. Okay, good. I found a way to scribble on my charts here. And that says you're finding, yeah, well, that's what gold does to you. Gold will kill you on the wicks. That's why, you have to trade the dots. The dots the dots only show up when there's a legitimate, closing on the trade. If you're wicking out, that means you're coming in too early, or you are not taking the dot signals. Try to doing that. He says that, yeah, it's pretty serious downtrend. Oh, so Wally, we're going to discuss that in coaching. I'm going to discuss that in coaching. I'll run you through the I'll run you through through what I did. Yeah, pretty big downtrend, and absolutely. Oh man, I feel like this is the end of summer today. It's dark, dank, totally depressing, which is like the next 6 months of New York City, and I'm mentally not ready for it. But okay, here we go. Maybe a purple pull away. We get a purple pull away. 82. Let's see what he wants to do. All right, we'll switch. We're going to go back to nursing my other account. Let me switch my accounts. .48 seconds left on the clock. This stays purple. We're definitely going to sell this because it's a nice clean pull away trade in trend, which is we have a little bit of a downtrend here. 25 seconds left. Right now, there's three types of trades we're making: higher white dots, lower purple dots, retrace white dots, retrace purple dots, and then purple pullaways and white pullaways. So right now we got to sell. All right, we short this thing, and very big momentum. 80.1, so 82.1 is my secondary entry here. Notice what I do here is I move my stop to the first stop, kind of a defensive position, always before I even get into a trade. This dropped very, very hard, like 11, 12 points. I'm looking for 20 ticks. So it dropped very, very fast on my trade because as it does on these big momentum trades, and then it kind of bounces back on a retrace. So now we'll see if we can get a secondary entry on this thing. I'm making it, very big on the charts so you guys can see. Now we're in on a secondary entry. Now I'm putting myself over here, and let's see if it comes back down or whether this is going to be a spike low. One of the things that is, I was thinking about this, and I just I didn't have time to kind of explain to you. One of the things that I really was cautious on making this trade, or one of these that would have made me hesitate, but I really just want to do trades with you guys, is you look at this. This was me selling right into support, right? There was a triple bottom here. So probably this wasn't a smart trade. This kind of like, even though this was a purple sell-off, there's a lot of support here. So now we're kind of just hoping that momentum comes in and takes us out, but we'll see. There's now it's a much bigger struggle than it needs to be on this particular trade, precisely because it was a sell into support. And it may work. I may have to eat this trade again, so we'll have to see. Tactically was not the smartest trade, but I want to show you all the proper entries, so that you guys have a lot of practice. But you can see, like, there's really a triple bottom here. So market was naturally primed to bounce, even though it gave you like a strong momentum sell signal. Yep. Bounced out, blew out on this position. Okay, so it is what it is. The risks were pretty obvious from the beginning, but legitimate trade. But obviously, if you were more cautious, you shouldn't have taken this trade. Or rather, what happened was we sort of came in, and it was the dip below was just very, very limited. There was not enough continuity for us. And, that happens. That's why I trade very small, because even though this trade didn't work, it'll take me 2 or 3 trades to make it back, which is exactly the whole point. You never want any one trade or any 10 trades to put you in any kind of a danger of the account. You can see that I have one account that's just not doing well, but the other 3 accounts are all up on the day. And that's the whole point of trading 4 separate accounts, because you distribute the trades. Like now I'm going to go to a different account to kind of, give this account a pause. I don't need to trade this account anymore for a little while until we get a little bit better price action and we can start deciding what we want to do. In the meantime, by the way, NASDAQ has just been nothing but money, right? It's been all green. And that's, how many accounts do I have in NASDAQ? What is this? I think I have 8 accounts here, and I have 4 accounts on TradeAvate, or maybe even 9 accounts here. So it's quite a lot. Let me go. I'm trading just 2 micro on gold. So very small, very small hits. If I get hit, it's like $100 hit for me. So it's well within, I have a $2,500 budget. It doesn't really affect me. The idea for me, like on gold, is to run my 4 accounts and run them at 100 to make each account $100 profitable per day. So $400 per day on this, just very, very slow and steady. That really, really adds up. All right, here's NAS, secondary white dot, right? Lower white dot. Does this give us a retrace trade on NAS? Let's see. 25 seconds left. This is quite, one of my only reservation here is, again, this is a 3rd retrace dot, right? So it's already really, really sold out. But we'll take a small. We'll go to the let's see. We'll go to maybe the 19 account. Okay, let's go to the 19 account. Sell market. Oh, was this a white dot? Oh, no. Flattened. Sorry, never mind. It wasn't a white dot, so there's no trade. I just simply got myself out. No big deal. Just flattened myself out. All right, let's take a look at what gold is doing. Oh, gold has a lower purple. Okay, let's sell gold. Sell. This is in a different account, so I'm just going to bring up that account, and it got done. So let me just sort of show you how fast that was. And this is what I mean about, when you have the good trades, you just take them. So this was a very, which account was this? 21? Oh, this was account 21. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to show this to you, but you can see it how fast this was. So this was me coming in on a purple, and this is what I mean about, when you know to trade. You see, I came in 85, 78.5, super fast. This got super fast result. Why did I take this trade? Because as you can see over here, this is a purple, and this is a lower purple, and I knew this was a lower purple. I didn't even need to look at the chart because I knew this from prior. So this was a super easy momentum scalp down trade, right? I should change something on my YouTube to see my name instead of the YouTube channel name. Sorry, what do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Do you mean my name in the window here where it says FX Flow? Yeah. And Nico, because I didn't have a white dot, I blew myself out right away. But anybody take the gold trade? That was a super easy trade to take. My whole point is, is to show you as many of these setups as possible so you guys can take them yourself. Anybody take them yourself while I was busy with? Please tell me somebody did this so that you guys are learning this properly. And now we have a big ass, purple down, right? Huge purple down. Legit trade. If this stays purple down, basically, remember we talked about that support? Let's go look at this. Look what's happened now. We broke that support, right? Now is the time where we should have some continuity if this thing stays purple, right? Cheryl took the gold. Ben took the gold. Andy took the gold. Good job. Good job, everybody. Dave took the gold. Very nice. Good job. Good job on everybody. 51 seconds left. All right, let me come back. Which one counts this? Okay, this one. Just want to set my accounts up. And let's see if this is going to be good enough for us to trade. "29 seconds left. Purple candle. That white dot is basically just kind of a visual to show us that they broke down the support in gold at the 79s. 16 seconds left. Really big candle. Oh, 80, 73. All right, we'll sell this. This is again. All right, I'm in the candle. 72.9, 74.9 is my. Oh no, it's done. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. Nice, fast momentum, and it got done. Oh, very good. That's actually really good, Fentas. That's really, really good. We'll give you, what you deserve today, my friend. We haven't done this in a while. Let's do this. Very nice. Very nice. Congratulations. Good job on that. Oh, it's Fabio. Oh, look at this. Fabio. Fabio is one of my students. That's great. Oh, my goodness. Fabio, congratulations. That's really, really nice. Yeah, we have ECB announcing. I don't think it's going to have any impact. It might have a little bit of impact on gold. We'll see, but no impact on anything else. Let's remove the drawings. Oh, damn. I removed the one thing that I needed. Okay, hang tight. Hang tight. Man, I hate this. Okay. Now I got to put this up. I just have this up here for everybody who wants to get our discount codes. Make it very easy for you guys to scan each one of them. Whether you want to do Apex or Think Capital, you can just scan them and do it. Oh, white dot in gold, lower white dot. That is a sell signal if this thing holds. Let's see if that's going to work for us. So we dipped below. Now we're doing a big come back up. But my bet is that this is going to be a sell. If the white dot holds, it's going to be a sell. It might be a situation where it might kind of even retrace against us. But I don't like to. I'm going to try to stick to the rules and not try to like sell it right here, right now, on the assumption that this is peak retrace. Although if I was doing this myself, I would kind of cheat and maybe sell this as a peak retrace, because I think it's we came up what? How much is this? 76 to 82. It's $4 or $5 in a candle. That's a big ass candle. All right, I'm going to sell just for shits and giggles. I'm at 82.6. 84.6 is my secondary sell. I'm bringing the stop over here. I'm in the retrace trade. It's 35 seconds to the candle, so I'm way early. I'm cheating, but and I may pay for my cheating. But let's see if I can get away with it. All right, I'm gonna get out because I got out and actually would have done the full 20 only because some cheaters can't be greedy. So I got out of this and something is gone. Oh, guys, no, there's no delay. Guys, there's a 10-second delay on YouTube, right? Are you guys saying that there's a much greater delay on YouTube today? Is everybody saying that you guys are just I'm trying to understand your complaints. You got to express it to me very clearly. What's wrong? Oh, Fabio, you're talking about your own personal name? Is the delay today more egregious than before? Much bigger. Everybody's saying there's a lot more delay. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm not doing anything different from StreamYard. Again, I'm narrating everything way before it happens. So there's a 2-minute space between me narrating and me doing the thing. If you're following what I'm doing on YouTube, then you shouldn't be doing that. The job for me is to tell you how it's set up. If you're doing it without my indicator, then you really don't have any business trading with me. You're just coming in late on a YouTube stream. If you have my indicator, then you know all the rules. I'm narrating the rules a full minute, 60 seconds ahead of time. Your job is to execute the rules to how I tell you to. It's not to follow me visually. If you're following me visually, you're going to lose every single trade you take. And that's very much your own fault. That's not, that's the whole point. YouTube is always going to have a delay. And when we're scalping, 5-10 seconds is going to make a big difference. It matters. Anyways, I don't control delays. The weather in New York really sucks. It could be the, a lot of times when we get like rain, this just, I always find that there's just slower conditions on rebroadcasting, because this is just restream rebroadcasting the stream. People are saying this is about a 10-second to 8-second delay. 10 seconds, 8 seconds is within the within the spectrum of reason. But delays are just, part of it. That's why, I am narrating a full minute ahead of time, right? And those of you guys who have the indicator are there. Those of you guys who are watching, just watch. If you're trying to trade with me as you're watching without my indicator, you're guaranteed to fail. That's why I say, come to coaching. But yeah, I mean, it's the nature of the beast. Okay. Anyways, nothing in gold right now. Let's see. What time is it? Oh, it's 9:10. Okay. Oh, we do have white candle in Nasdaq, which kind of may go away. So let's see. We got 25 seconds left. Let me just see what you guys are seeing on YouTube right now. Hang on. I'm gonna refresh this. Let me make sure that you guys are. Yeah, you should be. You're seeing my white candles. Everybody's seeing this. You're not that far behind me. 9 seconds left. We're gonna sell this if it as a retrace trade. All right, sold. Where's my position? We're in at 99, so we're gonna be selling 104s. If we need to. This is Nasdaq. Okay, so I sold the secondary. Now I got to move my stop. Sorry, it's hard for me to see all this on well charts. This might pop against me too. The retrace trades are from a super low position. As I told you, this is like the third or the fourth time. I'm tempting fate here. It works. It doesn't work again. My job is to kind of try to show you as many of these trades as possible. But as you can see, the really great trades are the lower whites or higher whites, lower purples. The pure momentum trades and trend. Those are really easy to hit. The retrace trades are are going to make you sweat. They're definitely going to make you sweat here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna eat this trade. I'm at 14 on the stop. I'm gonna flatten out at a even position, because this trade really went hard against me. So when the market gives you an opportunity to get flat out, take it. Really, this was not a setup that it probably actually would work. And look at this, and now it of course hits your target, but it doesn't matter. I'd rather preserve the capital than make it viable. Here we go, another purple trade that is lower lows, right? A trade that I kind of like on gold, but I'm a little bit late to this trade, so let's just watch it. I'm not going to take it. But you see this purple against this purple, it's a lower low. I would have been, I'd be short here at the 83, 83 fives. I think this is a really reasonable trade here to the downside. By the way, so notice what's happening here in gold. That's very telling. Gold has been in a really, really tight range. This kind of movement is the worst kind of movement for us, right? It's basically zero continuity, and we've got to make space within very, very tiny corridors. So one of the reasons why gold has been hard to trade, part of it is just I should have been a little bit more careful in my selection, but the other part is that the vol corridor is very tight. We've basically been a 98 to 78, $20 range for the last 4 or 5 hours. And because we're bouncing within that range, we don't have enough downward continuity or upward continuity to kind of really make these trades work. I still very, very positive on 3 out of the 4 accounts, but as a result, I definitely got chopped up in one of those accounts as a result of it. Whereas Nasdaq was a really, really clean downtrend, and now is the first time where we're seeing it turn to the upside as a possible uptrend. So we got 15 minutes to the market open. We generally are not going to take any positions until the market opens up, but Nasdaq for sure might be an interesting look for us as we go forward. Big pop in Nasdaq, really, really dropped from the 2600. And where's gold? And gold is doing a pull away trade the other way. $9.15. Got 50 minutes to the market open. Let's see what they want to do. Yeah, gold really gold. Nico is saying that it went like 20 points on a rip, and it really does do that. It's a really it'll go 20 points down and then 20 points up, and sometimes just on a really, really fast rip, and you got to let it play out. Okay, you might get these kind of purple dots that are very they're basically even money, right? I mean, if you think about this, all of this is kind of even money. It's not clearly lower lows. It's not clearly higher highs. The smart thing to do is just not take any trades until you have some price action. Price action really needs to go up above 4,000 or below 7,800 for us to get a clean idea of where we want to go. Otherwise, we're just bouncing in these very tight areas, and we don't have a lot of opportunities. So here's where it gets interesting. If you look at the white dot here, if we get a secondary white dot, this now becomes an argument for an upside move with higher highs, if that happens. I'll be right back, guys. It was espresso refill time. I gotta pop out as soon as it's made, but I'll be back. So very, very quiet. What do we have now? It's 9:15, 9:18. Nothing much going on here. How's the equity market doing? Okay, again, see this purple dot equal, not really a low. So not a trade that I would even consider doing because it's not a clean, clear, definitive lower low or higher high. I'm clearly getting into that, chop territory. Yeah, we need to. You're right that we have to see price action. ECB rates stay put, no change. Thank you. Without the U.S. data, it's another thing that's kind of like really, really hard with the government on shutdown. You know what? Let's do a poll here. I'm actually curious. That was a weird alarm. That was a post-Fed. My conclusion is that we're not going to get any more rate cuts. So we might start to see, hangover effect where we start to see lower equity prices. I'm using 2.6, Gary. On gold, $2 can be a 1 second trade. 20 ticks, 60 ticks on gold. That's what I'm trading on gold. My view is that we're done with interest rate cuts, and that's obviously also negative gold in my opinion too. He might. I don't think Trump's going to fire anybody. You can't fire anybody. Well, you can fire some of the governors. But what I was going to say is, what I wanted to do, let's do a quick poll because we're, it's kind of quiet right now before the market opens. I'm just curious, what do you guys think about the shutdown? Let's do a poll. Shutdown. Will end in November. Yes or no? I'm curious what you guys think. Will the shutdown end in November? Oh, guys, hey. We're getting a white dot. Remember I said a higher white dot? This is 10 minutes before the market open. I probably shouldn't be doing this, but what the fuck? My famous last words out of my mouth. Higher white dots, right? White dot over here. If this is a white dot over here, these are higher. 6 seconds left. It's got to hold. But if it happens, it's a trade. Okay, buy. Market, I'm late. Oh, shit. No. God damn it. This is what I hate about this. I forgot about this. Okay, buy market. Fuck, I hate this this annotation tool because it takes away my cursor. Motherfucker, I hate this shit. Okay. All right, and then a flat. Okay, fuck it. We take what we can get because I was late on the entry. The entry would have given me the full 5 points if I was at the thing. Whatever. Half a loaf is better than none. But this was a clean runner trade, right? Boom, boom, hit the trade. Make it pay. Back to gold, which is doing nothing. And NASDAQ, the runner was super fast. So if you came in here, the close was 1425, and the high on this candle was 1975. So it was a full 5 point run if I had just gotten a good entry into it. Anybody take that NASDAQ trade with me or no? I'll be right back, guys. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. We're going to not do anything before the market opens anyways. So just, watch the NAS. I'll be right back. Sorry. got to do something. All right, I'm back, guys. By the way, those of you guys who want to trade positional, this is okay, I'm going to annotate just before so I don't forget. This is a very clean positional setup where you're coming in over here, your stop is on, remember, first white dot, second white dot, you're positionally coming in, not a hard stop, but the stop is over here, which is like, what is the stop here? It's, you're coming in here at 13, the stop would be like 90, so it's a $23 stop. So you're coming in, targeting at half at 33. You'd either be targeting 33 at half and go to break even, or you can get out of the full position at half. And that's a nice clean positional trade that could work for you if the NASDAQ really does turn back up. I don't trade those, but they obviously work really, really well, one way or the other way. Gold actually would have been a buy for us here. You see, this was a higher purple. We could have bought this over here. I just didn't get a chance to get around to it. I'll be right back one more time. All right, triple espresso, now I'm ready. Right now, I'm looking for a 5-point scalp in NASDAQ, and I'll tell you why, because NASDAQ range is pretty small, right? We can go take a look at what the NASDAQ range is. NASDAQ range is basically 15. I guess, you could go now for 10. Anytime you get a range above 10, you probably could go for 10. So you could go 1030. So yeah, I think we could go 1030 in NASDAQ and give ourselves a little more room. So the range is expanded a little bit, so it's worth it. All right, here's gold. See, buying gold here would have been so easy. 82, it's already 87, 5 points on the gold side. Would have been very, very easy. And this is to my point that there's lots of good trades. You're going to miss a lot of them during the day because, you're getting coffee, you're doing this, you're distracted. Don't worry about it. There'll be more coming. I haven't had a chance to connect with Rob. I'm going to try to connect with him today. We'll see if we can get that done next week for you guys on wealth charts. I'm just going through the alerts on TradingView. I haven't updated the TradingView one, but I think the alerts are all working well. So I'll probably be updating it tonight for everybody before coaching. And then once I update the final version of TradingView, then I'll give it to Rob to do wealth charts. Okay, what time is it? 9:25. Let's see if equities want to pop. I'm just curious here. Yeah, I mean, well, we're not really running hard, but as I said, 23 could be the target. So we never trade the open because that's always a sucker bet. But like maybe 9:35, we'll see if there's any trade ideas in equities. Gold doing nothing. What time is it? 9:27. By the way, anybody? Oh, let's see. First of all, let's see what everybody thinks on the. Wow, 81% think that the shutdown will end in November. I guess you guys think that the pressure on the Democrats is going to be too much, huh? Well, that would be good news because if they shut down if they end the shutdown, there'll be a lot of consumer spending. Otherwise, I'm really kind of getting scared and afraid of all of this because I think the longer it goes, the more structural damage it's going to do to the economy. You know, I think that's going to be a problem. Chris says it's a Republican shutdown. I don't think most of the country sees it that way, Chris, but let's just say whoever shutdown it is, I'm much more concerned about the economic impact of it. The longer it goes, the more dangerous it becomes. And people, I think, are underestimating how dangerous it can be. So if you're really, really a gambler, you can buy this purple dot, right? It's a higher purple dot. We literally have like 1 minute to the open, but it's you're truly, it goes away even. It's not, but that's good. If you bought this, what I want to show you is that a lot of times you can see that intra-candle, you get a chance to buy the dip, right? And it's usually a pretty good dip, especially if it's coming from a higher point of higher entry, right? Now this is an interesting setup. This is kind of really, really hard to do. You really can't do much about this because this is actually a lower white dot than this one. So it would not legitimate a full long trade on this move, and in fact probably could be a good fade here. But the really good thing is Gary says what he finds interesting, the people get the back pay for this. Yes, I mean they will. I mean people are working without a paycheck. Wow, and selling this high white dot obviously worked because it was a lower white dot. It was just kind of it would have been bogus. You really would have been very lucky, not good at trading this. So this is the reason we don't trade the open, because the volatility is just so massive. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the next couple of minutes to see if there's any opportunities here. Gold is much quieter. Gold really started to get very little trades for us. This is a white dot here. If this becomes a white dot, that's actually a higher white dot. This has to clear all the way up here. Let's see if gold wants to clear anything. NASDAQ is falling. So this is actually a dip, right? I'm gonna just pull the trigger on this. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm gonna pull the trigger And you see how fast that was. Boom, boom. That was like 5 points right in there. Why did I pull the trigger on this? Okay, so market selling off, market open, right? If you look at the purple dot, it's coming from a much higher point of, higher sales. It had a huge decline already. It was a gamble that this was a retrace trade, but it worked out nicely. And, that obviously, cleaned it up on the open. It's not a trade you want to do as a, it's a gamble trade, right? It's not a quality trade. It's a gamble trade, but it's worth the gamble at this point, given the indications, given the information you had. It was a reasonable risk. You knew how much of a stop there was. You knew it was going to be fast markets, but you kind of bought the dip on a fast market, so that was good. I just wanted to kind of show this to you to get an idea of what's going on. Let's go look at the gold. Oh, gold. Gold. Remember, I said gold is going to pop. We missed the gold move, but that's fine. Let me go. Let me get long here. So I'm buying this gold over here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm going to get stuffed. But this is a mildly higher white dot, and we had a positive big breakout move here. Where am I? And it looks like I'm done. And I'm done. Again, this is a little bit advanced tactics. I'm reading the chart super quickly, and obviously you guys who have the chart with me can do that, but those that don't have a chart need to come in and come hang out with me in coaching to get this stuff. But these are kind of advanced techniques that you do when you see large volatility moves in the market that generally are on your side. We have certain rules that make it very easy to pull the trigger if you get the setups. Well, the reason I actually pulled the trigger here was because the price was temporarily underneath the close, right? It was underneath the close. So I was like, if this is gonna burst up, there's gonna be a good chance. Now, having said all this, was it a stupid trade? If I was gambling, a little bit. The candle itself was 89 to 77. It's a $12 candle, and that's exactly it. If you snooze, you lose. It retraces so sharp and so fast against you that you can use the whole thing. So is this a gambling trade? Yes, but I'm using very, very small sizes that I felt it was worth a shot. This is definitely not a trade you'd make with big size or real money. It's not even a trade you should really be making. It was definitely a gambling trade because the thing that completely invalidated the setup was just how huge this candle was. Because unless you're willing to take a massive stop, and that's something I'm not willing to do, you could get stopped out and the trade could go your way. And that's the reason why you don't do big trades. So, I took two quick gamble trades on the open. This goes on very much under the do as I say, not as I do category. But, they both worked out because I got a little bit lucky. And sometimes, as Yogi Berra said, I'd rather be lucky than good. But generally, these are not great trades. This is the reason we give ourselves to 935. We give ourselves time to for the market to settle down. Also, now the volatility in NASDAQ is definitely wide enough where we can expand the trades to 40 ticks, 120, 30, 10 points, 30 points instead of 5, 15. Okay, so now we're going to trade with larger positional sizes. Gold's still just really yanking the chain. Now it's a pull away purple trade. Complete breakout. And what you see is that it's basically still in range, right? So we're going to let this one go. I think the lesson from gold right now is don't freaking touch it until we either below 970 or above 990. At this point, it's a bullshit trade. And one of the ways you know it's a bullshit trade is when the moving averages are right next to each other. When you have this kind of stuff, when you have the moving averages just be completely next to each other, the 8 to the SMA, you see how tight this is? It's all garbage. What you want is one moving average here, one moving average here. You want the gap between the two That's a sign of a trend. Everything else is just garbage. Does that make sense? Everybody follow what I'm saying? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I want volatility, right? Volatility is just a fancy way of saying movement. We want movement. I mean, this purple trade would have worked, but look at the wickiness. You know, it's one of those things where it could have wicked out the other way completely. You know, was it a setup? Yes. You know, are we kind of cautious because we're in the range? We should be. Let's see what the NASDAQ is doing. NASDAQ is dumping. We're really dumping hard here. Wow, wow, wow. So NASDAQ, on the other hand, you see how this is a beautiful range expansion? So now we get a white dot. We're going to try and see if we can short that. Ah, wow. So again, NASDAQ has like a little bit of a white dot, but this is very indeterminate, neither high nor low. I'm going to leave it alone. Definitely, I don't want to short this. It's not a retrace move, and it's not really an up move. Again, it's just a churn move. Remember, you want clean, clear, definitive ideas. So, white dot clearly higher than the other white dot, or clearly lower than the other white dot as good, clean ideas of where you want to be. It sucks, right? Like anytime we do marathon trading, we run into this like the buzzsaw of no volatility. Just and then we just sit here, have to sit in our hands. But it's it's good in the sense that you guys see that when there's no trades, there's no trades to be made. Four consecutive drops here on NAS. These are all, by the way, purple trades. I'm sorry, I just don't have this on well charts. These are all kind of legitimate trades. We can actually let's put them. See all this. This was all tradable. I'm sorry, I didn't have this on NAS because I just don't have this on well charts. So it's kind of hard. You have to assume the purple colors. I will get this updated next week. It'll be a lot easier to trade the well charts the same way because we could have traded all of this. We could have shorted this. We short that. Now we just have to give it a little bit of patience. Meta is negative 10%, right? But they released today, or did they release yesterday? No, the numbers, all the earnings are today. Am I right? All the earnings are coming out today. We have Amazon. Let's see what's on the earnings today. Apple, Amazon. Oh yeah, it's going to be like Jesus. MicroStrategy's coming out today. When is Meta? Oh, they released already. Oh, wow, they had a horrible release yesterday. I didn't even notice. I didn't even know that they released. Wow, they had a horrible release. Jesus. That's right. That's what's dragging NAS. Wow. Yeah, gold is just very choppy. No, Right now, as I said, we're going to just wait patiently. We need gold to be either below 970 or above 990 for us to see some meaningful trades here. We get a white dot in NASDAQ. We want to be selling it. Hey guys, who in this room right now doesn't trade prop? I'm just curious to see if there's new people here who don't know anything about prop trading. And would you like me to tell you a little bit about what we do here? Um, this is a lower white, right? 54 seconds left. If it holds, I kind of want to, you know, you have to short this as a. Yes, Andre, they are. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about prop. Let's see what we can do on this white dot. This white dot is lower than the prior white dot. It's a retrace trade, meaning that you want to short the highs, right? I'm going to sell this at market, even though I'm like 20 seconds in front of the candle, because the candle is really overextended. And where am I? 80.8, so 82.8 is my secondary entry. Let's see if I can run this over here. I'm bringing the secondary stop over here. Do I get done? Not quite. Let's see if I get done. I'm gonna move my buy limit a little bit inside. Let's see if I can get it done, but I'm not sure what the I came in a little early. Okay, fine. I came in a little early. Now I'm gonna try to see if I can get it resolved over here. If I do, I do. If it's a runaway, it's a runaway. Um, gold is just really fucking killing me today. Fortunately, it's this one account. I have like all my bad trades in my one account. All the other accounts are net positive, but this one account is just eating all my bad trades. Because it's chop, and I'm kind of putting everything into this chop trade. Damn it! All right, that didn't work. It just the retrace just didn't work. I wonder if I was patient enough. It was 81. No, still wouldn't have worked. I would have eaten this trade. All right, let me go look at NAS. Oh, okay. So NAS legit sell, right? Legit sell here. Let's see if that works. You see, that's a white dot sell here. Where am I on the position? 90, and I want to be at 100, right? 2600 as a secondary sell. Okay, secondary sell. Here, I can't. Fuck. Okay. Nope. NASDAQ is also going to eat my trade. And I just realized what I did wrong here on NASDAQ. You see this trade over here would have worked if I came in again on the execution side. I'm just coming in late. I'm coming late to all my trades right now. Just nothing really working. On the other hand, this is now starting to break out. So this is pretty good. Now it's starting to really show us some strength. This is a trade that I definitely want to take. So finally, we're getting a little bit of better range trading. We're running the range, so I'm going to try and run it in this account. If this holds. Now it goes away. We'll be patient. If this is going to be a pull away trend, we're going to get more white candles, and we'll be able to trade them. No trade. Let's see how this looks on. Oh, we got a white pull away trade in NAS. Interesting. Let's see if this holds. So far, like all these, big jumps are really not producing anything of value. Okay, where is this? This is I can't tell. This looks like it's actually a higher purple dot or an equal purple dot. So it's actually more of a buy than it is a sell in gold here. Would have been a great buy over here. I just did, it was mid candle. I'm switching around between the two because I'm trying to see what's going on over here. NAS is clearly creating a pull away move here. Let's see if we want to play that. Got 30 seconds left on this. I'm gonna wait patiently until the candle closes here to get the first entry, and then we'll worry about the second entry if we need to. All right, I'm in here. Position is 58.25, so I want to be at 48.25 on a secondary buy. And it looks like I got done, right? I got done. So that trade got done super, super easy. And that's a good example of like I waited, totally zoned in on the trade. I waited the timing, and it all came in nice and clean. So that was good. Now we're going to go back to oh no, that's good. I was looking. I thought we missed the trade in gold. Gold is just completely doing nothing, right? It's all the action is actually in Nasdaq. So we took this one for a nice, clean, straight up move on wealth charts. Gold is just showing us nothing. Gold is finally starting to show us a white candle. $1.08 on the clock. Let's see if this is going to give us a trade. $58 seconds on the clock. $39 seconds. This is a big candle. 86 to 92. It's $6 candle, so it's not horrendous, but it is a big extension. Again, I'm going to wait very patiently until the candle closes because it's either it's really running away. Oh, that sucks. All right, we're just going to take it, even though this is a huge candle, just because I want to take the trade. Hopefully hopefully it will do us right. 13, 14 seconds. Gold really extending. See if it can go up to the 4,000 level. 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Long market here at 95.5, 93.5 is my next trade, my next buy if I need to resolve this. All right, I'm in there. Let's see if it comes back up. This is a huge candle. This is I knew this, this is going to be a dangerous thing. I could be right on this trade and wrong on this. I could be right on direction, wrong on this trade because the candle is just too big for my stop. But that's the risk, we're going to take here as it dissolves. There's a lot of volatility here. Let's see if it can just take. It does take me out. All right, so good. That resolved nice and cleanly for us, and looks a lot better, right? So hopefully everybody followed me on that. Or at least you saw me do that. Again, you see how much you got to be very intense. You got to really know what you're going to do way before ahead of time. You have your signals, you have your structures, you have your plan, and you go this way. It's a lot easier to to have traded just a pure like positional trade with higher white dots. But you actually don't even have that. Oh, you didn't even have like the higher white dots here, but you saw it finally breaking out above the 90 level, which is where we had all this big resist. It's still, the jury's still out. We really need to take the 4,000 for us to see a strong trend move, but better than nothing. Meantime, NASDAQ was a very clean breakout here, which we took very easily right here. We took this white candle to this white candle higher. Now it's making that V-shaped, V-shaped recovery. Now here's where it gets interesting on NAS. If NAS starts to drift down and print a purple dot, that's going to be a good sell for us. That's going to be a good sell area for us. I always move the stop down. Whatever you see me doing, there is no change in my routine. At first entry, stop is 6. Second entry, stop is 6, and I move it to stop 4. Okay, I don't mess around with my stop. I don't make exceptions for the trade. It's either going to work or not work. Once you start making exceptions, that's how you start making losses. That's actually a good motto. Once you start making exceptions, that's how you start making losses. That's really very true. All right, NAS is really everybody doing a V-shaped, right? Sold off, came back up. Let's see where the next wave comes in. I know. I don't. If I move it below the volatile candle, I'm going to expand my loss, right? XLB. So I either don't do the trade or I accept the risk of me being wrong on the position, and right on the position and wrong on the trade. It kind of has to work both ways. So this is NASDAQ, and this is gold. Gold is breaking out. Gold is taking out the 4,000, which is good. So now it gets interesting, right? Now maybe we finally go positive trend. Now gold may be maybe a runner. Remember the highs of the day, I think are somewhere around the 4. They ran it to 425. So this is between here and there. It's quite a lot of room here. All right, gold is starting to break out. NASDAQ gets interesting. The buying a dip here, but how much of the dip is going to be bought? NASDAQ continues to rip up. See, remember we said once it takes out 90, that's when we went out. We know we have a good trend. That's where we wanted to trade the gold position. Now, by the way, would I trade this? Yes. Can I trade this more aggressively on a continuity basis? Yes, I would. If this stays white, I'm going to try and see if I can trade this. But if I lose the candle, then that's not a trade. All right. All right. I'm in here. 404, 424 on my buy. 424 on my buy. My secondary buy. And I'm done. You see that? Now, and I'm going to get rid of this. Now, this kind of a trade, is the classic trade that every retail trader shies away from, because they always think, oh my God, it's really stretched out. What if it drops? It's so far away from moving average, it's going to drop like a stone. I shouldn't trade this. But in fact, the trade that is the money trade is to go with the flow, to take the momentum. Because when you have such huge buying pressure, there's generally more buying pressure. And that buying pressure is what, it's like the wave that you ride. It takes the next big move and takes it up. So, that cleans me up. That actually repairs a lot of my of the account that I lost, and puts me everything back above the the 50 or the 51,000 level on all my accounts, which is good. I still have a lot of work to do in trying to get this one account back to green, but my 3 other accounts are green, and my NASDAQ accounts will be fine too. These are accounts. I only have 1 account that's negative. Everything else is positive. Oh no, I have 2. No, just 1 account, and I'll clean that up too once we get some clean signals here. If we get a purple lower, that's probably going to be a good sell for me on NASDAQ, and we'll take that. Yeah, Genny says that the gold ATR is 120 and gold is only 90, so there's like a lot of space to move. Yeah, the range in gold is a little bit under today. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys, don't forget coaching 7:30 tonight. I'm going to put the link right afterwards. If you guys want to join me for coaching and you want to get the indicator, here's the link. And let me remove this, put this over here. If you guys want either one, these are the biggest discounts for the firms. If you're trading CFDs, Think Capital. If you're trading futures with me, it's Apex. Get that code, scan that code, use our code BKSAVE. You'll get the biggest discount possible. Okay, so make sure you get some accounts before the month end, so you're all set. NASDAQ shows no signs of weakness, breaks even higher. So similar idea in NASDAQ here. Everybody's really, really skittish of buying this. Like, you probably are skittish of buying this, but this is still going to be a good buy. I'm going to give it. We're going to see if now it goes away. If the white candle goes away and that's not a buy, But if the white candle holds, now it's kind of topping out. That 160 kind of zoned it out. It's actually interesting. Let's see if I'm trying to see if the buyers or the sellers have the control here, because if they bring it down, that means the sellers are gonna. So that means we kind of topped out at this level. But I kind of think we might have a little bit more juice here. Let's see. All right, I'm long this. Where am I? What's my positional stuff? It's 52, so I got to be at 42. Ooh. I'm going to buy more. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm at 44. This is tough. This is super fast. And I got to... Hard for me to work this plan. Now I'm stopped out. Okay. So this, this flipped me out the other side. But it's probably going to go the other way now too. No, just a lot of vol. This was just a lot of vol. It's too bad. I got stopped out on a vol. Again, big candle. Now, why, the same idea as in gold. You're trading 30, and this candle was like a 50-point candle. I shouldn't have traded this. But, I wanted to show the setup. I'm going to have a lot of cleanup work to do today, guys. The marathon put me negative on a couple of accounts that I'm going to have to really now focus on reworking before coaching. But I hope you get the idea of just it's much more about me showing you as many setups as I possibly can and showing you all the mistakes I'm making so that you understand where the dangers of what I'm doing are. These were massive candles, and if you're trading them with 30 stops, you're obviously going to eat them. And that's exactly what happened. All right, let's see if this breaks. Okay, so this is interesting. This is really interesting. So this is a purple dot that is higher. My high over here is 54.25, and high here is 127. So considerably lower. You really want to buy this. No signal here. I was definitely, if I was just scalping myself, I would have definitely bought this because this was a very, you could have cleanly made the 10 points. All right, let's see what gold is doing. Gold is just soaring. Gold is really soaring. Okay, at this point, I have to wait for it to come back in because it is very extended. Now we've had a big move. 25 is the high, so gold has had a big move here, but now it's already the third or the fourth extension candle. Okay, now this actually is a lower candle. What's the high here? 28.75, and this is 27.50. This is tough, but actually, I would probably at this point I would short this. This looks to me like we're in a downtrend. This is equal. It's not a great trade, but worth a shot if the purple stays. If it doesn't, then it's not a trade. But if it doesn't, and then we make it even a lower low on purple, then it's going to be even a better trade. Coaching is 7. Coaching is 7. If you enter on a white dot and the next dot is purple or red, what do you do? It's a good question, Rick. I stay in the trade, but the thing that you can do, which having multiple accounts, is you can take the purple trade in the other account. Like you can counter effect that trade if you wanted to. Look at Nasdaq just ripping us on volatility, ripping us on volatility. And here's gold extending its way. So we definitely paused at this shelf, right? The 2130, 2160 shelf, right? They brought it up. Are they going to bring it back down? Let's see. This is going to be like kind of like the next wave for us to trade. If we get a purple dot here, we're going to see if we can trade it to the downside. Hey, Laura, the pull away version, you're not going to get it in well charts. It's not ready. If you're on well charts, it's going to probably be another week before we have that that functionality. All right, what's going on with gold? Oh, gold is really going towards that 25 level. Wow, this is the thing about gold. When gold hits the trend, it's massive, right? Just really huge. All right, I'm waiting for Nas to give me some kind of a signal here. All right, purple here. Now, is this going to be a lower purple? I believe so. This is, no, the high is 30.50, and the high here is 27.50. Wow. No, I got nothing. I got no signals. The white candles like having your own ATM. Yeah, and gold for sure they are. Okay, so this is a really tough trade. You're looking at NAS. You got purple dots. They're essentially equal. The question is this a buy or a sell? It's really neither. It's neither buy nor a sell. You kind of have to pull the trigger and decide, is this going to be a sell-off or a dip? I'm going to make the bet that it's a sell-off. I'm going to make a bet that gold is kind of weakening at this shelf. So I'm going to take this as a sell. But again, it's not a great signal because it's not neither lower nor higher. It's neutral. Right? We've got 36 seconds left. So let's go to the charts here and see what we can do. Gonna wait till the candle closes just to make sure that the purple holds, because it's obviously got to hold in order for us to even make a legitimate trade here. All right, we're gonna sell this, and where am I positionally? 91.5, so it'd be 101.5, somewhere around here. Oh, we got done. Now, see how fast that was? That was already done, right? So that trade got done super fast. We didn't have to do anything. So I'm going to actually cancel all. You see how when the trade, when you're hunting the trade and you have the trade done, kind of drops like a stone on this. My instinct was right that this was much more of a sell than it was a buy. Now we have a pull away purple candle. If you want to trade that to the downside. In the meantime, let's take a look at, oh my God, gold is through highs. Holy shit. Look at this gold move. Wow. Should have traded gold all the way through. Look at this. Gold is taking out the highs of the day. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. All right. Now this gets interesting. Can I get a purple dot? Can I get a retrace move here that I can buy? Oh, Keith says he passed an eval on gold today. Good for you, man. What'd you do? Were you taking all those white candles? You know, that's really, Rick, it becomes a there's no great answer for that. What I like to do is I like to have a pause candle. Like, so if I like to have a green candle before, between a white candle. I don't like to take two consecutive ones. But honestly, when you have these big move, if you have a big move, all the whites are gonna win for you, right? You kind of just sort of trade it that way. All right, maybe we get a purple here. Do you think we can get a dip in gold? And I could maybe get a little bit of a trade here. Let's see. Let's see if we can get that done. Okay, and that's the thing though. Evgeny, why you sign? That's the game of trading. You give back. You don't always make everything all the time. The important part is you give back and then you make more, and that's the whole point. You can't have perfection. You just have to have positivity. All right, $1.09, $1.08. So this is clearly a retrace purple if it holds, right? So we'll see if we can. It's very early, 57 seconds. Maybe at 30 seconds I'll be a buyer here, but I really, I'd like it for it to come down. It's not even going to give me the buy. Okay, let's see. Man. You could tell it. Look at that. Could have easily been out. I'm gonna wait till it closes. If it doesn't give me a purple, it doesn't give me a purple. There's nothing I can do. No, goes away. Look how that went away. This is what I mean about catching the purple early. I should have just simply done that. I didn't want to give you bad habits, but it was so obvious that you could have, that this was such a great buy here. After a strong trend, the retrace dots are usually quite good at giving you the signal. Let's see what NASDAQ is doing. NASDAQ kind of bottoming out a little bit here. White dot on NASDAQ, much higher white dot. This is a higher white dot, right? So we're going to go long this thing if it holds. So I'm going to watch NASDAQ here. Again, you see this white dot here, much higher. Let's see if that gives us a chance here. Two things we need. We need the white dot to stay, otherwise it's not a trade. And it goes away. $82 to $18. No trade. So we're kind of starting to turn down in NASDAQ a little bit. What's going on with MGC? Still running. Still running a white candle. Wow, look at Santiago. Look at this, amazing. Good job. Wow, that is incredible. Good for you. Maybe you can talk about it in coaching if you come in today. All right, where's gold? Gold is Are we getting a purple? Oh, we're getting a pull away trade in Nasdaq. So Nasdaq turns negative. We're going to sell the Nasdaq now as it stands here. If we stay, we have the red dot here. So we're going to sell this if it stays negative like this. "13 seconds, 12 seconds. All right, we short this. Where's my position? 47. I'm going to sell the 57s, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm in at 57. I'm going to move my buy stops over here, and I'm going to move my sell limits over here. It looks like I got, am I getting done? No, I'm not getting done just yet. What's going on over here? Why is this? Ugh. Why is this? I don't know what happened. I think, oh, I think my first trade got done. I can't even tell what's going on in this thing. It's really hard to manage this like with me. All right, that didn't work. Yeah, really fast market. All right, never mind. The NAS. So I sold this. I think the first one got done very fast on this. And again, the candle was just too large. This was a 48 to 97. It was a $50 candle, and I was trading a $30 stop. This is the same mistake I'm making over and over again with you guys, unfortunately. So I just have to stop doing that, because this is a trade that would have easily worked, but I just didn't have the length to trade it. All right, I'm gonna buy Nasdaq. Buy gold. Shit, I'm late on this thing. All right, let's see if we can move this to my trade, or let's see if gold gives me a chance to get me out. Yeah, and I get out of gold, and I'm making a lot of improvement on my gold account. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm having a hard time. I can't trade the Wealth Trust platform the way I'm trading the TradingView platform, because it's very hard for me to manipulate the stops and targets when it's so fast. So I don't know. I may just simply do a single trade on Wealth Trust. Getting a white dot alert. If this thing goes white dot, we got to go long. We got to go long. Look at this. We got to go long gold, and keep it going there. With purple candle, what's max candle size to take I don't know what you mean by that. It's max candle size should be like 8. You know, if the stop is 6, it should probably be about 8. If the candle is like greater than 8, you probably shouldn't be taking the trade. And the same thing with NASDAQ. If you're gonna, you know, if you're gonna trade, if the candle is more than 40, you shouldn't be trading it. And these candles were like 50, 60. You know, so not a play that you want to make. All right, maybe we get a white dot on gold here. It's really interesting how gold totally stalled out at that prior high for the session, right around the 2025s. But I don't think this move is over yet. Let's see. I mean, this is a massive, massive buy up. Now let's see if if they kind of absorb it and take a second wave higher. And the second wave higher is going to give us a signal by the white dot. So if you get a white dot, it's going to be that second push higher. Hey, good job, Crazy Wally. Go make some deliveries. Have a good time. Stay safe on the roads. See, look at this shit. This candle was low was 38. That was like a $60 candle. I should have never traded this candle. All right, let's see if this candle is a viable candle. This is a much smaller candle. If it works, we'll play. Let's see what gold is doing here. Gold is coming down. Oh man, what a bummer. Gold was such an easy sell here. Look at this. It was a double purple, right? This is a lower purple, so it would have been a really, really easy sell. I was looking for a white dot, and I should have been looking for a purple dot. You have to be when you're scalping, you absolutely cannot have. I really trying to tell myself you cannot have a directional opinion. You gotta see what the market is willing to tell you. To be successful, you got to read the market. All right, so far nothing in NASDAQ, nothing in gold. This would have been a nice clean trade to the downside. Again, how big is this candle? 17 to 9, $6. Reasonable, within our reason to be able to trade this, right? So we might sell this if it's still a pull away candle. Oh, Rick got the gold short. Good job. Good job, my friend. All right, no signal on gold. Where's NASDAQ? No signal on NASDAQ either. Okay. Now here's the thing. what are the possibilities? This is what you want to ask yourself when we're looking at the dots. What are the possibilities the market is going to show us? We're going to show us either a purple pull away candle, more continuation to the downside, or if we stabilize, go back up, it's going to show us a white dot candle, right? And a white dot candle from a very, very low area here is definitely going to be looking like a buy. Like even if it's a weak secondary wave, we still want to be on the buy side of this. So we're just going to wait for the next resolution of a signal and position ourselves accordingly. Another interesting look here, same idea, higher whites on NAS, right? Worth a shot? Yes. Let's give it a shot on NAS here. If the white stays, the white is kind of flashing on and off, on and off, on and off, and it goes away. So NAS does not give us a white. So again, weakness with possible strength ahead, right? If the buyers can kind of rally this out, but so far they have been able to. So no trades on NAS, no trades on gold. Now we're getting the purple candle on gold, nothing on NAS. So this is a pull away candle, and it's not, you know, it's not super large. So it's all within reason for us if it stays that way, but you know, it doesn't. You can see that basically the market is telling you we're either kind of finding a little bit of a support here for the buyers to make a secondary wave higher, or everybody's just kind of giving up and the sellers are going to start to flush it down again. They're going to unwind this whole big, you know, $25 rally that we just saw. Oh, that's good. Rick says he has got an indicator that puts a flag on any candle that's bigger than the last 10 bars. Again, teasing us with a pull away bar, but not quite there. Not quite there. Nasdaq, same thing, not quite there. Nobody's got anything going on here. No. Okay, Nasdaq finally showing us a white dot, but that's got to, you know, from here to there is about a minute 48. So we have to really see this thing hold in order for the buyers to make a stand. If they haven't made a stand, it's just another flash in the pan. Also, how big is this candle? It's 57 against 15. Okay, that's within reason. That's kind of like a $40, you know, $40 candle. We really don't want it to be more than 45 point candle. Otherwise, it's just too much. Look at the volatility, by the way. Jesus. Went from 14 to 50 in like less than 2 seconds. A big run. And you know, giving out gas, right? Possible white dot on on gold here for a while, for a second, and then it kind of died out. NASDAQ holding bid, 18, 19 seconds. So we're going to transfer over to NASDAQ, and we're going to see if we can make this trade. Big candle. So again, we're in the same predicament of volatility, but okay, we're going to take another dive on this thing and see if it can do its thing and extend a little bit for us. 55.25, 45.25, and we're done. Okay, good. So we came back on NAS. It's just big pop. Now let's go back to see, just extended us a little bit higher, and that was it. Let's go back to gold. See what gold wants to do. Gold's trying to pull lower. About 24 on gold, trying to pull lower. Let's see what it wants to do. All right, gold giving us a pull away purple. It's not horrendously big, 409 to 13, about 4 points. 44 seconds. Let's see if it holds. Oh, now we're dropping hard. Wow, now it's really expanding, and now it's like, now this is the devil's dilemma. The candle is so large. Is it going to retrace me back out to a stop, which I hate, but sometimes the markets don't cooperate. All right, we're going to give this a shot. At 405, 407.3. All right, I'm in here. I'm going to see if this hopefully resolves. But we all know, that I'm in danger because this high is right here. It's a big vol, but we'll give it a shot. All right, taking it now. Oh shit! I had it. It was super fast. I basically broke even on that one. It's all right. This was not a trade that I could have. I had the. It was super fast, but then I knew it was going to run away. If it was much better for me to take the risk off the table than run it because the candle was so huge. Anyways, it was super fast. I couldn't quite get the full profit. All right, those of you guys who are trading positional, this is a good positional trade. Lower white, higher white. You're long here at 59. Your stop is 46. It's basically a $100 stop with a $50 target. Basically, you're targeting 26,100, 26,110, and you could easily achieve that in the next 20, 30 minutes if you're trading this positionally. So consider that as my big trade of the day today for NAS, and that's it. Now it gets interesting. Let's see if this was the puke job. Let's see if I get a white dot here in gold. Remember, we can always go. We're always looking at the chart from both ways. So the lowest white dot is from here. We haven't had a new white dot since that time. if we indeed, start the baseline here in front of the 4,000. So they brought it from 425. Now it still looks, it's still breaking it down to the downside. But let's see. I mean, is this a final puke job, and they're going to reverse it, which is what they can do, and then it becomes a white dot, and then we definitely want to go long. We'll come back to this in a minute. But remember what I told you about gold, right? Dot here. You're somewhere here. You're actually cheaper if you're over here, and your stop is somewhere over here. And if it's a reversible trade, you should be able to get somewhere to right around here on the trade. All right, gold, the buy and the dips in gold. Let's see if the next candle they want to rally it up and give us a white dot. Coming up. $1.28 on the clock. If this clears 8.5. No, so far nothing. Ooh, gold breaking down, right? But look at this, it's breaking down, but they keep buying it up. It's really a tug of war. You can literally see the tug of war between the buyers and the sellers. They keep breaking it down, but they can't keep it down, right? That's the thing. Breaking it down, but not keeping it down. Although now they're starting to keep it down. Let's see. How big is this candle? 8 to 1, $7. Big, another big candle. Let's see if it holds. 6, 4, 5, 1. Let's see if they can hold it here. They did. Oh, they didn't. I gotta exit out. I exited out because look at it. Look how they faked it out at the last second. That's why I just blew myself out right now, because I knew this was going to be a possible fake move. Look at that on the last second. I should have waited last second. That's why I got myself out. Is this going to reverse? Maybe not, but we don't commit until we get a purple dot. Wow, look at this. What a grind in gold, huh? Always a fight near the round numbers. It's true. It is a big fight. Yep. Big fight. And look at NAS starting to pull up a little bit on the trade here. If those of you guys trading positional, you only need 21. You came in at where, like 59? you need like 110, right? Maybe 430, 40 points. If you came in at better prices, you got even better prices over here. So NASDAQ really starting to do its thing. Oh, what's interesting here is like gold really, really declined, but it declined in a very grudging way where they couldn't keep the lows. And, which obviously you couldn't foretell ahead of time. I mean, you could have shorted everything over here because obviously it declined, but none of them kept the low. So it was a real grind over here. Now let's see if they're going to try to break the 4,000 or if they're going to hold it here. Now it's getting a white pull away, so that might be a trade for us. I'm kind of interested in see if I get a white dot in gold. No, actually, gold just broke the 4,000 and getting a pull away purple. So we stick to what the market is showing us. Forty seconds on this. No signal here. This is really starting to pull away. So we're going to see if we can try and trade this also. We're going to focus on NAS now, see if we can make that trade. 18 seconds left. Let's see what we want to do. 96, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 6 seconds. All right, I'm going to get long NAS here at 94s. Let's see if it wants to run. Going to buy the 84s here. I think this is the problem. I didn't have the super visualization on wealth charts before, and that got me frustrated in trying to resolve these trades. Oh, look at this, getting a white dot in gold. So I'm going to try to manage both of these things as best as we can. Oh, did this thing go? So I want to, what the hell's going on? Okay, I want to sell limit. Okay, I'm basically set on this NASDAQ trade. I'm either going to get out or not get out. Let's just trade gold on a white dot if we get it. NASDAQ is going away from me. NASDAQ is dying. Needs to re-rally. Okay, gold 47 seconds with a white dot. This white dot is higher than this white dot. So I'm going to try and see if we can do something. Where's my NASDAQ? NASDAQ trying to hit this target. Come on, hit the target. There we go. We're out of NASDAQ. Flatten out on the rest of this. I don't know what the hell it's doing. Let's go back to gold. Gold's got 28 seconds with a white dot. I would definitely want to take that trade. If it holds, got to hold it. We've been waiting for this white dot forever on a turn, but it's got to hold. We're not moving until the candle is over because this is another bullshit fake out. It's definitely not worth our time. Nope. Look at that. Goes away. Goes away. Goes away. This is why we don't trade it. Son of a bitch. So the buyers really could not hold it just for now. It's okay. They're holding the lows. Maybe another 2 more candles, and we can make it, make it work. In the meantime, I got out like a banshee out of my NASDAQ, and it totally reversed on me. So I got very lucky, which is good. The Nasdaq though over here, we should have bought this. This was a clean retrace trade. I just did, we just didn't have the time to look at it. But this was a nice clean buy up. If you guys were trading Nasdaq, you would have sold, resolved the trade, and then you would have bought the purple. All right, come on, gold. Show me some love. All right, maybe not this candle, but the candle after that, we'll see if we get a white dot. All right, getting a white dot in gold. Wow, big pop now, big pop. Oh, this is a huge candle. I hate this. 3 to 11. This is an $8 candle. So again, puts me in that same predicament that I've been all day long, where we're getting the signal, but it's such a volatility signal. All right, we're gonna hold till we get the final close. All right, I'm long at, where the hell am I at? I'm at 11, so I want to be 9.5, 9.4. It's my secondary move. Hopefully we can get the push out. Come on, push out. And we're out. Beautiful, beautiful. I was able to we were able to get the extension moved. All right, good for us. Last trade, I got to run. I'm sorry, guys. Everything just got interesting, of course, in the last minute. But I got to run because I got to meet. But you get the idea. I think it becomes a lot easier the more I start narrating the possibilities to you guys, because then you can really see how the flows go, right? So yes, this was all dangerous trades, because the bigger the candle, the bigger the retrace possibility, but also the stronger the possibility of momentum forward. So in this case, just first trade, boom, got done, nice and clean. On NASDAQ right now, we bought this, if we bought this purple, which was, oh no, I take it back, guys. Because I wasn't looking at NASDAQ. This was actually a lower purple than this one. We should have sold this, which we would have done that, 56 against 70. We would have totally survived the stop, and it would have worked to the downside. So this was a big reversal sell on NASDAQ. So people are asking me, like, what do you do if you get this big reversal? Which NASDAQ, by the way, is notorious for doing this shit. When you have a breakout and then a complete reversal of this, there's two things. You can, if you get stopped out, you can reverse in that account, or if you see the signal, you can just take it in another account, which is much easier. Because, sorry, that account is going to, obviously give you total positive yield on the trade. So we got very lucky, because I took this, I retraced it, recovered my trade, and otherwise we did fine. Those guys who are trading positional, you're still in the trade. You're very much in the trade, but it didn't quite go. I mean, depending where you were. If you bought here, didn't quite extend all the way out. If you bought here, you for sure had made the money, because you were looking for 50 points against a 100-point stop. So it depends where depends where you are positionally, but you're still net positive positionally even at this point. So that's where things stand. All right, guys, I got to run. Thank you so much. Big marathon day today. The big takeaway today was that the volatility candles got us on some bad trades, but all the other trades that we did when we were focused, we did well. So 3 out of 4 of my gold trades are positive. I'm going to try and get the fourth one back to healthy, and then I just have one negative account out of like 8 on my NASDAQs. So it's still not bad. We're green in vast majority of all the accounts, even with all the volatility takeouts that we had today, which was kind of tough. But that's markets. We trade them as we see them. I see you guys tomorrow, regular time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see everybody in coaching. If you want the coaching, last time for me to put up the coaching link. Here's the link. Join me, and you're gonna be set up today, right now, for the coaching. I'm sending out a link in about an hour. Okay. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.